Okay, so moving on to gravity. It's not really gravity as much as like zero gravity or like floating in space or like gravity just doesn't really come into play until the very end.
No, I mean the whole thing is that she doesn't have gravity. She's a mess. She's not grounded. She's floating around. It's crazy. All she wants is gravity.
Or is it the gravity of coming to terms with the fact that you're gonna die?
Yeah, that's what it is. Gravity, starring Sandra Bullock and George Clooney.
Who I love.
And no one else.
I love me some Sandy. We've been through this before, but I love me some Sandy.
Oh, except it's just the two of them, except Ed Harris, in a nod, nod, wink, wink to Apollo 13, plays the voice of Houston and like Central Command. I read about it, and Robert Downey Jr. was actually supposed to play George Clooney's character, but he dropped out.
Good.
And even though I love Robert Downey Jr., that would have been a mess.
It would have been a mess.
It wouldn't have made any sense. Because George Clooney found that grounded, like, half comedy but still kind of serious thing.
Yeah.
Where Robert Downey Jr., the whole thing would have been a joke, I feel like.
He would have been too jokey.
I mean, maybe he would have surprised us.
Yeah, I mean...
I do love Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
But...
I feel like it would have leaned more toward the comedy aspect.
Yeah.
And it would have been like, why are you laughing when you're about to die?
But I did keep having flashbacks to that George Clooney movie that I didn't like, which was Solaris, which was a remake of a different sci-fi movie.
See it.
But I did keep having like flashbacks to that. I was really excited about this movie.
Yeah.
Because Alfonso, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, Cuarón.
I think it's Cuarón.
Cuarón.
Yeah.
C-U-R-O-N. Anyway, he directed one of my Wow, that was weird. He directed one of my all-time favorite movies, Children of Men, which is amazing, and if you haven't seen it, go rent it right now.
I still haven't seen it.
Because it's so good! You haven't seen it? Okay,
No.
we're gonna watch it. It's so good, you guys. And he did the third Harry Potter, which is my favorite of the Harry Potter movies, and tons of other stuff. But I was super excited because I love him.
Yeah.
It was very good. It was pretty clear that he wrote the screenplay because English is not his first language. Because some of the dialogue was really clunky, and it was a lot of like exposition heavy. Like,
oh my god, the first intro scene.
It was a lot.
Honestly, it was painful.
Oh well, this is why you're here to do this.
Exactly.
Because we hired you to do this thing, and you've only had this much training. And
The main thing for me was like their complete incorrect painting of the picture of like where the space shuttle would be and communication satellites and. She's fixing Hubble, but she works at a hospital.
Yeah, and they didn't explain her mission enough.
Yeah,
basically,
and she was trained for like 6 months.
She's researching something, and she's developed some sort of something.
Fixing something on the motherboard or something.
It's not explained, and she's only had 6 months of astronaut training, so you're wondering... Like, you don't really care about her mission because you don't know what it is. And then you're thinking... Basically... 4 or 5 times throughout the movie, I said to myself, she's a terrible astronaut.
They have a lot of holes, and for me, some of it, it's like, okay, fine. If Sandra Bullock's hair looks, kind of normal, albeit terrible.
We should state that she has a pixie cut, clearly so they didn't have to, like, animate her crazy long hair.
Yes,
but
it still wasn't.
The pixie cut is like,
Yeah.
Helmet.
And it's like, wait, this should be floating in zero gravity.
I more so had a problem with the fact that she's wearing bootay shorts, hot pants. It was so clearly a director's choice. Basically, she's in the full astronaut uniform. I don't even know. Suit. The astronaut suit for the first 45 minutes of the movie or so.
Yeah.
She finally gets to the space station and she's coming out of it, and it's like she's being birthed. It's like a birthing.
I mean, she literally is in a fetal position, like, floating around.
But she's wearing hot pants. And so you're like, why was that? What? Movie. My other problem was the same thing kept happening over and over. Yeah. Their spaceship gets destroyed, so they have to make it to the space station.
Yep.
Then the space station gets destroyed, and she has to make it to the escape pod. Then the escape pod is stuck, so she has to make it to the Chinese space station. And then it was just the same sort of
doop,
absolutely
over and as you went do, they make it like they're all in line. Literally, they're all within line of sight of each other.
Oh, you just have to go over there to the Chinese space station. It's right over there. You see it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Right there.
because that's how space works. It doesn't matter that they're hundreds of miles above or below each other and completely around the Earth, moving at 20 million miles a second or whatever the fuck it is. But no, that has nothing to do with it. And like the whole premise that, I mean, spoiler alert, obviously, but the whole premise that, oh, the Russians decided to decommission the satellite. So instead of rather just like letting it crash and burn in the atmosphere, they are going to shoot it down with
Russians
missiles.
Explode their own satellite, and then the debris comes around and fucks everything up.
Literally everything.
It fucks up space. I'm going on a major sidebar right now.
Sidebar.
I just watched the movie Congo. I know. And at the end of the movie, Laura Linney angrily and revengefully shoots a satellite out of the sky with a laser powered by diamonds. And I was like, wait a minute, you guys. This is how gravity happens. What? Think about it. Yeah.
Do you remember what I told you? If I ever knew you sent me here for some diamond and not for Charlie, that I would make you sorry. What would happen to the satellite if I put its phone number in this laser and pull the trigger? The chip from the transmitter's got the satellite's number, doesn't it?
That laser takes a 12,000 channel chip. If you put all that power through that diamond, turn!
This is for you, Charlie.
Laura Linney destroyed the satellite, which then shot debris in, and that was what destroyed everything.
Right?
Yeah.
I think there's some deeper things going on here than we thought.
Dude,
At one point, George Clooney, okay, so basically the shit hits the fan, literally. I mean, it hits their space station. Yeah. And she floats off. He finds her and he says, set your watch. We've got 90 minutes before this stuff comes around and hits us again. And I thought the whole rest of the movie was going to be in real time. Like, 90 minutes, countdown, on. And I was like, ooh, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
That's not what happened.
It wasn't. I would say overall verdicts, I'd give it like a 7, a 6, a 7. I mean, it was well made. It wasn't like it
I was never bored. I wasn't
no,
like
I wasn't bored.
It's beautiful. We should say we did not see it in 3D.
Yes, we
purpose.
refused. We also refused to see it in the D box.
Oh my god.
So apparently this is a thing. We didn't know.
It's basically a rumble pack for your seat. So
yes,
when
they literally
seat
take the
shakes,
entire seat and like it'll
shake.
move and shake. And,
it's Star Tours. It's Star Tours.
It's Star Tours, the movie theater experience.
Terrible.
Really bad. Perhaps it would have been more immersive.
But I feel like I would have gotten more sick.
Absolutely. With the spinning and then like the gimmicky, like, you know, there's like droplets flying at you and stuff that it's like, okay, it's 3D.
At one point she's crying and her tears come to the screen and I was like, oh no.
It also made me think about, I feel like I remember reading something that was saying that you can't cry in space.
Really?
Yeah. The tear ducts and like this essential zero gravity or whatever, that like you don't actually cry. She and George Clooney, something happened, he's like about to float off, right? She grabs him with this like tether.
Oh yeah.
And essentially is saving him because she's connected to this parachute thing, and she's connected, and that's connected to the space station. She grabs him.
But it keeps pulling her. But even if she did just a little tug, right? He'd fly back her way.
Yeah. Yep. We're in zero gravity. A little tug will bring him right back to you. But apparently he keeps flying away.
Whoa!
He keeps pulling her and flying away.
Yeah. And he floats off to.
And so then, in order to prevent this from happening, rather than physics working,
sure,
George Clooney is left only to detach himself and then kill himself, so that she can then be free of the burden that he was pulling on her for inexplicable reasons.
It was like the end of Titanic all over again.
Right?
Like,
I'll never let go, Jack. I'll never let go.
Get on the door.
Just
figure it out.
How can you get on the door? It's physics.
Figure it out.
It's physics.
Made me mad.
Yeah.
I don't like in movies where people don't have to die and they just do.
They just do.
Because the plot tells them to. So she's turned off the OC. She's turned off the oxygen. And then she's like, cool, well, look, I'm not going to make it back, so I might as well die of asphyxiation rather than starvation.
Or freezing.
So she turns it off, and she's all out of it. And all of a sudden there's a knock on the airlock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's George Clooney. Why wouldn't it be, right? That happens. So he opens the airlock. She doesn't have her helmet on.
Yeah.
And
she goes
like this.
No!
No!
And I
she's
literally,
fine.
this is my face.
Oh, I knew it was in her head.
I mean, I figured as much, because I'm like, that clearly wouldn't happen.
Right.
But I didn't know.
Die.
They might have gone there.
She would die.
Which also, rather than turning down the oxygen, why wouldn't you just open the hatch if you wanted to kill yourself at that point?
Because that's spooky scary.